Hi, everybody. I'm hoping that this is going through just fine. So let me just give everybody a minute to come on in, and I'll be trying to keep track of the chat and everything as well. So let me know, first of all, what you would like to start with. Do you want to start with like Guerlain specifically or some of the other things? And thank you all so much for coming. So yeah, I figured this is probably the easiest way to get through some comparison swatches. Everything here is a mess, so I was just trying to organize some of the lipsticks in numerical order. So yeah, just let me know what you want to start with. And thank you. This is actually Quince, they have like duped the Anthropology dresses, some of them. I don't know if this one was from Anthropology, but I bought this one from Quince, and yeah, figure I like it. So and thank you. The eyeshadow is the Cle de Peau. They're the quads. It's the blue quad and then a little bit of the purple quad. And the earrings are Soru, which, by the way, they have 20% off through Saturday. So I think the code was summertime or something, but I put it in the community tab. And yeah, so lipstick today is the Guerlain Rouge G in shade number 521. So that's the one I have on right now. And yeah, so I guess let's start off by swatching then the Guerlain, and then we'll move on and start looking. I did write down the requests that people made with the Chilling Brown and the Hermes Prune Noir. So we'll look at those as well. So just for the Guerlain, we're going to start in numerical order with the suns. And this one here, I really hate how it's so hard to see. This one's number 6, so I was looking on the wrong side. But still, I wish that they were a little bit easier to see here. And here's number 6. And then we have number 11, which is a really nice, more of a warmer nude, little bit of nutmeg in there, compared to 6, which it's a pink, but it has a little bit of red in it. So it's not really a baby pink at all. Then we move on to 131. This is going to be another nude, but you can see it's a little bit lighter than the previous one. And it's a little bit, has a little bit more yellow, like peachy yellow in it in comparison. Then we have 518. And because I was depending on my cases, my old cases when I purchased all of these. So I'm keeping the ones I don't have in cases in boxes still. So this one's 518 satin. And this is a really pretty pink. I really like this particular shade. You can see it's going to be, it's a little bit brighter and a little bit cooler in tone than the first shade, which was number 6. And then we move on to 519, which is La Rose Essentielle. Wow, I'm surprised they're still not in the UK. I bet they're coming soon, since I saw before Selfridges actually officially started their sale. They had their couple, they only had like 2 colors left, but they were on sale. So maybe they're making room. So this is 519. This is definitely one of my favorites of the new shades. I think it's just such a beautiful pink shade. And yes, so recent video I mentioned my favorite lip is Sisley lip pencil, or I love for the lip crayons. My favorite lip crayons are the Sisley. My drawer is stuck. Hold on. I was moving around all these lipsticks, and I guess I got one lifted a little too high, and now it's jammed. To try and get that in a minute. But yeah, the Sisley lip twists, I absolutely love those. I love lip crayons in general, but I prefer the satin one. So this is the shade that's on my lips right now, and this is going to be number 521. And then I've got 2 more satins here. We've got the 829 Le Fuchsia Profond. I think the Sisley Lafita Rouge lipsticks, though. Those are also in my favorites. I think they are fantastic. This is going to be a nice bright pink. I think it's such a great summer shade. I have to say, I do really like the new formula. Particularly, I still like the old satin formula a little bit better, but I do like this new formula. I just really wish they hadn't changed the cases. So now we have 919, which is Le Rouge Cassis. And this is going to be a bit more berry, and I just think it's a really pretty shade. So those are the satins I have from Rouge G. So while we have those on my arm, if anybody has any particular requests for comparisons with the satins, please let me know. I'm just going to try to unjam this quickly. And almost there. Or maybe I'm pulling on the wrong item. It's stuck. I can't even tell what's stuck. I'm trying to reach one of the Sisley lip twists. Here's one of them, but this one here is one of my favorites. You can see I've used this one quite a bit, but this is shade number 1, Nude. And you can see when you put this on that it is just a really nice soft satin formula. It has a little bit of a balmy texture to it, but it's not going to be like super like glossy or anything. I mean, it has a glossy finish, but not those thick hydrating glosses. And I just find them really comfortable and easy to use all day. So those are one of my favorites. And the thing that I found that's closest so far are the Swede lip crayons, which I ordered more of, and they haven't arrived yet. So when those come, I'll definitely be doing a video on those. And this drawer is just going to drive me crazy. There. It was a Givenchy that got stuck. So, yeah, I think those are fantastic. Best lipstick quality, I would still have to say Dries Van Noten has become overall my number one. If I had to pick any lipstick brand for, any finish at all, it would definitely be Dries Van Noten. I think they are fantastic. But I have to say, I also really love the Valde lipsticks. I think these are great. This is one that I still use all the time. It's the shade Curiosity. And it's just such a nice, kind of a rosy, you're My Lips But Better kind of rosy shade. And I love this shade. And I do think they've got nice luxurious cases. You can get it engraved like I did. These are heavy. So it's not necessarily something you always want to carry around in your purse. If you carry more than one lipstick, but they've got a mirror on the top. They come in different like colors and combinations, and you buy this separately. So you really only need like one armor. They call it an armor. And then it does have a cap if it's not in use and you're switching out colors. So that's actually how I have the majority of mine because they're pretty pricey. And let's see here, the old Formula 23. You know what? I actually think I had just bought that before before they made the change. Let me just see if I can get this drawer closed here. And then I think I have it over here in this box. Yep. So this is the old formula in 23. And put that right here. I haven't even opened this yet. So you can see this is definitely going to be closest to the, what was this? 919, Le Rouge Cassis. But you can see we've got more red versus more pink in the new version. Oh gosh, this goes backwards from, the camera on this is like backwards from when I do the regular filming. So I keep going the wrong way. But yeah, the original 23 here is going to have a bit more red in it. And did you have any comparison requests or anything for any of those other than those new Guerlain ones? So just let me know. And let's see here. If I had to buy only one lipstick for every day, which would I get? So specifically Guerlain or any brand? Because if it's any brand, I would pick Dries Van Noten. Although, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. For Guerlain, I personally prefer satins over velvets. I think my favorite is probably like for every day. I think probably this one here is the easiest to use every day, which I think was number 131. Yeah, that was 131. But I tend to really go for like more like rosier shades for every day, which would be something like the Valde Curiosity. And my favorite previously was one of the old Guerlain shades, which I just moved them into a drawer now that, they're not really available, but this was one of my favorites. And this was number 76. It was a limited edition shade from Guerlain. And you can see it's just kind of like a light rosy pink with a little bit of shimmer in it. So yeah, I think that one's really great. It really kind of depends what kind of look you want to go for, like something more nude or something more bright and vibrant. And yeah, definitely try Valde. I think that's a really good one. Let's see here. And yeah, we are definitely doing Guerlain, but we can do other brands as well. Do you think this one has a similar formula like Givenchy Deep Velvet formula? By this one, are we referring to the Guerlain Velvet? Because that, I don't really think that's quite like the Givenchy. Let's go ahead and swatch those. The Givenchy Deep Velvets, they have a really, like, it's more of a creamy velvet texture. So this one here is going to be 366 Le Rose Pompon. And I'm going to put the velvets on this side. And these are more like a combination between the Givenchy sheer and deep velvets. So they definitely have your pigmentation from the deep velvets, but they do have more of the texture of the sheer, whereas like that thinner texture, that thinner matte. This next one here is going to be 520 Le Rouge Profond. And I really like this shade. You can see it's actually probably pretty similar here to this 23 from the old version. You can see how those go. So this is the matte 520. And I think those are pretty close. And let's see here. Old cases. I'll take those out in just a second, but I'm warning you, I've got a lot. I've been collecting them, and some of them I got duplicates for to save for my daughters. And so I'm really kind of sad about that. Then we have 772 Velvet. And 879 Le Cerise Noir. And this is a really nice shade here. And you can see that this one here has a bit more burgundy in it, but it also has just like a little bit of a purpley hue in it as well. So I think that makes that one pretty unique. And then we have 886 Le Fuchsia Vibrant. And that's just a really great summer pop of color, in my opinion. So those are my velvets from the new Guerlain. And my old cases. All right, so I have a lot. And I've been collecting these since they first came out with different cases. So this is my favorite of the old cases. This was one of those limited edition ones that I splurged on. It actually went on sale in Selfridges, which is when I bought it. And oh no, I just into my lipstick. It's okay. It's just a little bit. But yeah, this was one of the special limited edition ones. And I had planned on using that like forever. So I was kind of sad that that's no longer the case. But stop dwelling on that, I guess. Then I had the glittery tiger. I have the old black. I've got quite a few of the tweed ones, cherry blossoms. I had, the rose gold. the holiday. I had a couple of the holiday ones. I got those engraved for my daughters. And then I really liked these. These were actually only like 22 US dollars. And I feel like, they are not quite the same as the new sparkle. You can see these are kind of just kind of laid out in a grid, whereas this is a little different because you can see we've got a couple different sizes. We've got smaller ones here on the edges, and it looks a little bit more scattered and filled versus, plotted. So it's a little different, but this was just, I felt like these were a good deal. So I actually purchased the other colors of these two, and there's like a pink one, and this was one of the recent cherry blossoms. Yes, the butterfly cases, some of my favorites. So I had picked up duplicates of the blue ones because those were my daughter's favorites. And yeah, I'm sad because I really thought we'd be using these for like forever. And then they had these great gemstone ones as well, which I also thought were great. They were like 22 US dollars, like the sparkle ones. And then, over the years, they've really been increasing the prices. But yeah, it's just now the price of the cases, they're just so high. This was a special edition one from Spain that I ordered from, I forget. I might have gotten that from Feel Unique, or I ordered it. No, I think I ordered it from some like random Spanish retailer that I was surprised shipped to me. But yeah, I liked that one. So we'll just go through these quickly, and then I did end up with a few of the old shades that I never got in actual cases. This was one of the holiday ones a couple of years back. Really liked that one. I really liked when they came out with the velvet formula, how they made like these fabric cases, because I felt like they were something like a little bit different. And my favorite collection from Guerlain for their velvets ever were these red ones where they celebrated the significant years in Guerlain fashion history. So like this one here, shade 1925, it goes down here. And they had the same shades in either satins or velvets. So I love these. They were called the Luxurious Red collection, and they are still some of my all-time favorite reds. Like this one here is 1830. This one was kind of like an orangier shade. This one was a velvet version. But I thought it was really cool the way they did that and how they gave the color names to the years for, significant things like, some of their significant fashion trends. I think one of them was like their first lipstick and so forth. So this was one of my favorites. This was one of the cherry blossom cases over the years. We've got more butterfly cases. And then 1870. I was looking for this one. This one here, I love this red. And I really wish they would come out with these shades again. They were so classic. And this one, I remember I had to hunt this one down for like a long time. And I finally found it by calling. I called all these different retailers like Saks, Nordstrom, and so forth in different states, and finally tracked it down to Texas. So that one was a little bit harder to get. Let's see here. The latest cherry blossom with 69 satin. I love shade 69. And won't be by. I still love the Guerlain Kiss Kiss line. The lipsticks. I don't know what they're doing with them because it's been a while since they have promoted anything with them. Where did I moved mine? Or they're buried here. But yeah, I absolutely love these still, and I wish that they would promote them more. I hope that they are not changing the formula. So this one here is Poppy Kiss. But I just want to share the finish of these because this is kind of like a little bit more pigmented. You know, it's a lipstick, it's not a tinted balm, but you still have that balmy texture with a little bit of sheen. It's not going to be as thick as something like the Chantecaille lip sheets, but it's not as thin as Chantecaille lip veils either. It's kind of like in between there. So those are some of my favorites. And let's see here. Yeah, 1870 is definitely my favorite as well. And similar lipstick to Givenchy N27 and N36. All right, let's take a look. We've got those right here. Here's 37. And here's 36. Okay. So 36, this is my favorite. The Givenchy 37 is kind of their classic red. So they do that a lot for holidays. So this was actually one of the holiday cases a couple of years ago. I love the formula of these. You can see that the 37 is going to be a bit more burgundy, and we have kind of that brighter neutral blue red for number 36. So 36 and 37. And you can see here, out of the ones that I have from Guerlain, I don't really have one that matches. This is probably the closest, but it's way more purple. And this shade here is 879 with Cerise Noir. So I wouldn't say that they are a good, complement shade. But let's take a look at some other ones there. And I wanted to look at some of the Sicily here, which I have over here. And let's start off with the shade number 44, Rouge Hollywood. And I wanted to see how this compared. You can see it's going to be a little bit pinker than 36. So not quite right. Let's see what else we have here. And here's 45, Rouge Milano. Let's see how this one goes. We'll put that one right here. It's a bit more brick, more red, less berry. And then somebody did ask me some of my favorite everyday shades. This is another one that I really love. It's 27, Rose Bourgeois. Beige Manhattan is probably the one that I use the most, though, from Sicily, which, let's see here. Get that one out. This one here is 15, Beige Manhattan. This is one of my favorite everyday shades. And let's take a look. I already did 44, Rouge Hollywood, I believe. And this Rouge Milano. Yep. Okay, so that's it for the Sicily then. I actually don't have a red that's closer. Let's take a look. I'm trying to think of something that is pretty similar. If anybody has a suggestion, let me know. Let's see here. Yeah, the Givenchy fragrance, it doesn't bother me personally, but I know it definitely bothers some people. I'm kind of that way about Gucci. So, yeah. And Givenchy number 37 looks like Red Rose. Red Rose. Okay, they are still. I would like to believe they're rethinking it. I don't know. I feel like it would be nice, but I bet they're just going to keep moving through. And yeah, I really like the Givenchy silk formula as well, but my issue has been with the packaging on these. I've had quite a few where the component will not stay in there. And so I end up not really using them very much. And yeah, so it's funny how like some people, the Gucci scent doesn't bother them at all. And for others, it's the Givenchy or the Guerlain. You never really know. Like the Guerlain terracotta fragrance is not a favorite of mine personally. Yeah, and those strongly vanilla fragrances, I don't love, like the vanilla in the Chantecaille Love Chics and the Sicily, these are the Fido Rouge Shines. I don't love the vanilla fragrance, but I don't mind it that much. So I sampled. I actually, yeah, I purchased quite a few of the Dries Van Noten fragrances. I really like them because I feel like they're a bit more unique. Um, I don't know of any fragrance though that matches the lipstick. So no, sorry. And then Givenchy 27. Let me see if I have 27. And are you talking about the velvets or the um silk? I don't know if it comes in silk, but this is the 27 in the sheer velvet, and this is Rouge Infusé. Or I'm not sure if I said that correctly. This is a really great nude rose shade. And I don't know, I think it's definitely rosier than this, but it does kind of give me a similar vibe. I don't know if we have anything quite like that. That's one of the great things about lipsticks, and it's why it's my favorite, is there are just so many slight differences in the shades that I think just makes them really awesome. The red 880 from Guerlain Rouge G is awesome. The formula, I didn't buy the new version because I have two of the older 880s, the metallic and the regular. But yeah, the formula is slightly different. The velvets, I actually think, are an improvement on the old velvets. They're a little bit creamier and more hydrating on the lips than the previous ones. I felt like they were kind of making changes with the velvets after they were released slowly, and this is just, it's just, I think it's more comfortable on the lips than the old ones. The satins, I feel like they are also a little bit creamier, a little bit lighter in texture, but they also feel like they have a little bit more oil in the formula, and I feel like they don't have as much grip on the lip as the older ones do. So I still prefer the older satins, but I think both formulas are good, and I bet the 880 shade is going to be, if not 100% identical, pretty much very close. And deep velvet 27. Let me see if I have it in the deep velvet. No, I guess I don't have 27 in the deep velvet, just 36 and 37 for that. I have some other deep velvet shades. One of my favorites is this one here, which actually, this is all I have left of it. It broke off. My daughter kind of broke it. So this is all I have left of it, but I saved it because it's such a pretty shade. So go ahead and swatch this one. It's just like this perfect, like mauvey purple. And this is the deep velvet in 14 right here. Rose Boisé. And this is Givenchy. So that's one of my favorites. And 24 Givenchy. Let's see here. No, I don't see a 24. Hold on. It might be one of these ones that don't have the label on the bottom. That's 16. Some of the refillable ones I have don't have the numbers on there, but I have a 23. Yeah, sorry, no 24. Unless this is 24. This is, no, that's 37 in the sheer velvets. So sorry about that. Don't have that one. And then, Rose Irresistible. I do have that one, but let's see here. Where is that? That's one of my favorites. So I definitely have that one. Here, 23, Rose Irresistible. This is, I think, one of the best lipstick shades. Let's put this one here. And I love this. You can see it's a nice, this is your sheer velvet. So you get kind of that blurred lip look. For Givenchy, our closest shade match is going to be this one here, which is number, let me see here. That one is going to be our velvet in 366 La Rose Pompon. And I say they're actually pretty close. So right here, the Givenchy, yeah, you know, very, very close. I feel like the Givenchy has a little bit more red in it versus a little bit more pink in the Guerlain, but is it something that I don't think it's noticeable on the lips? So I think, yeah, that's a really, really good one. All right, Givenchy 117 Chili Brown. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to this arm. And I apologize, swatching with my left hand is challenging. So I think this is a great shade. It's a really beautiful shade. You see, we've got a little bit of brown in there. We've got a little bit of red in there as well. Now, formula wise, do you want a liquid or do you want like a lipstick? Because I do feel like this kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the Givenchy, the Dries Van Noten. And I just buried it with all these Guerlain cases. So sorry if this gets loud for a second, but I'm just gonna try to put these back in the box so I can reach those. And let's see here. This one here is the Dries Van Noten. I want to say this is the sheer number 5 graphic ochre. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. And you can see it's a little bit more red, but I do think that that is a very close alternative to Chilling Brown from Givenchy. That was the Dries Van Noten shade I was thinking of. And yeah, so let me know though what type of formula you're looking for, and we can keep looking. But I think that's a really good alternative there. And then we also have these cream velvets from Givenchy if you want a velvet formula. But I think those are pretty different. And then let's see here. Yeah, definitely graphic ochre is one of my favorite shades too. I think that it's fantastic. And all right, so I left my list, I think, over there. Oh no, here's my list. All right, so that was Givenchy Chilling Brown, and then the Sisley Lip Twist. So shade 21. I have 21 in, I think, only in the Fido Rouge shines. Somebody had said Fido Rouge, but if you meant the actual Fido Rouge lipstick and not the Fido Rouge shine, I don't have shade 21. But let's take a look at the Fido Rouge shine here. And this is going to be a nice, kind of like a warm rose. I think it's a really pretty shade. This is actually called Sheer Rosewood. And that's one of my favorites from that line. And then we had a request for a comparison with the lip twist in 2 and 24. So 24 is one of my favorites. My favorites are number 1 and 24. And then I just see, here's number 2. So 2 is kind of like this like baby pink shade. You can see we've got a warm pink here, but this one's more like a ballet pink versus the sheer rosewood shade. And then this is number 24, which has a bit more brown in it. So this is more of like, I think it's, yeah, I think it's called Rosy Nude. If I remember correctly, I'll just put that right there. So you can see we have a bit more brown in it than the sheer rosewood. And yes, as soon as the Celine lipsticks come out, I am definitely going to be checking those out. So I don't know if they're releasing all of them in the fall, because I've also heard 2025. So it might be like select shades or something, like their one shade might be coming out in the fall. So we'll have to see. But I'm definitely going to pick those up as soon as possible. And yes, I like the Fido Rouge Shine in Flamingo as well. That is a really great one. And that is number 23. Let's go ahead and just swatch that here. And you can see it's a nice bright coral, more of a pinky coral. It's got some punch to it. It kind of reminds me of the Dries Van Noten in Punk Vermilion. And that is a matte shade, but just kind of like the hue and the tone in there. I think, here we go. Is this one it? It doesn't look right. That's the other, that's the revised pink, I think. Hold on. Where did I put it? I have a cheat sheet here. I made a list with the Dries Van Noten video with the numbers and the names. So 70. Yep, this is it. Okay. So this is the Punk Vermilion from Dries Van Noten. And you can see it's a matte version, but it is kind of similar to the Flamingo shade from Sicily. So I think it's a really nice shade. Okay, and then we were looking at the okay. My opinion on the Charlotte Tilbury's Matte Revolution lipsticks. Tried 3 shades, but not very impressed. The only one I think is great is Red Carpet Red. All right, so I have to, let me pull out my Charlotte Tilbury. I don't have very many of her lipsticks in general. I'll just put this away because it's pretty heavy. And you may be surprised, but I actually had this stuff organized before today, but now I don't. So this one here is some, I don't think let's see here. These are my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. So like her original formula ones, I don't really have. I didn't really enjoy those. Let's see here. I can't remember. I gotta look it up, or maybe somebody can tell me here. The new mattes from her, they're not Matte Revolution though, right? I think they're a different formula, but I can't remember specifically. So if anybody could let me know, let me know. But I do like her new version. But like the Pillow Talk Fair and stuff, these came out, and they don't seem exactly the same. I don't like those, but I do like these ones that recently came out. So I've got Rose to Fame, the 90s pink. I have the Red Carpet pink. The Icon Baby I didn't love as much. And then I have the Cinematic Red in the Velvet, which I think is actually a nice formula, but it's not a favorite formula. So personally, Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, I think these are nice, but I just think that there are better brands personally. Like if I'm gonna, lipsticks are expensive nowadays. I remember being younger and going to the drugstore and picking up like so many lipsticks with like $20. But nowadays, even your drugstore lipsticks are pretty expensive. So whether I spend $40 on a lipstick that's nice, or I spend like $60 or $65 on a lipstick that I absolutely love, I'd rather spend more for one that's like amazing. So yeah, the Charlotte Tilbury, they're not that great. So I do like some of her lip liners. I love the Pillow Talk Fair lip liner. I don't like the lipstick, but I love the lip liner for that. And Jane, you said the 90s pink. I love that one as well. I think that's a really great one. And I do like her new ones, her new lipsticks, just not the older formula. Yeah, so it's so 90s now, which I think I have that. No, 90s pink. Sorry. I guess I don't have those ones. And the best matte liquid lipstick. Okay, so for me, for a matte liquid lipstick, I'm looking for something that is going to stay put. It has a nice finish. It wears evenly throughout the day. So my favorite matte liquid lipstick is, gosh, it's really tough. I have to say the best ones would be, my actual favorite are the Kilian. To be honest, I think their formula is the best. Oh, where is that? But the fragrance is so strong that I just really, I never wear them. But I do think that their formula is incredible. For something that's not quite that strong, I do, the Dolce & Gabbana are good, but it might be, I think it might be the Gucci that's my favorite. I'm thinking. I don't know if they're 100% my favorite, but they probably are. Prior to this, I've always loved the Suku lip fogs. Those don't have quite those same characteristics I was looking for, but they're a great matte. But I would have to say, yeah, it's probably going to be the Gucci. And the Pat McGrath ones are actually really nice too. But I think it's really hard to get a great liquid matte lipstick. Another one that is really nice, but I don't consider it a favorite just because they don't have many shades, is the Viola FR. So the Viola FR formula is really nice. And now that she changed the doe foot applicator from when they first launched, I think they're much better. So let's see here. I have those in this drawer. Oh, here we go. So I think these are a great liquid lipstick. This is the old applicator. The new one is much nicer, but they are really awesome. This shade is really beautiful. This older applicator was just a little bit too messy for me to apply properly. This is Amorpho. And unfortunately, though, she only has like 2 or 3 shades. So I can't name them as a true favorite for that reason. But yeah, I'd have to say it's probably the Gucci. I really like that formula, but again, the fragrance isn't my favorite. And what is a long wear? All right. And then Prada Hyper Matte Lipstick in Ultraviolet or Violets. I don't have Violet Silk from Dries Van Noten. I don't think I have Ultraviolet in Prada either. Yeah, they don't have names on here. So if you have the number, I can double check, but I'm pretty sure I don't have that shade. And do I have problems with the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks breaking in the non-matte formulas? I haven't. Here. It's really mostly just her velvets that have broken for me. So I did put her velvets in the view set. But here's the thing, I just think that if she went to slim style packaging for the velvets, like she did with the lip balms that just came out, the breakage really wouldn't be an issue. So I think that would be useful. But I haven't had any of her, any of the older like satins and stuff break. I have some of her originals still that are totally fine. And then this is like Atomic Cherry and stuff. Those are totally fine. So my only issue has been with the velvets. I think the formula is just a little bit too soft, which is normal. Like even some of my other brands, they've started breaking. They just haven't broken as quickly or as many of them. So I think it's just a softer formula. It needs a more support. So, I hope you like the sugared maple. I think that is a really beautiful shade. Oh yeah, I actually forgot about the Chanel. Yeah, actually, velvet liquid lipsticks. I really love the Rouge Alert inks. These are great from Chanel. Yeah. So thank you so much, Kate, for reminding me of these. But these are awesome. So this one here is 234 Evocation, if I said that correctly. But yeah, this is a great formula. I actually do prefer these over the Gucci because the fragrance I think is better. I think these are just really, really nice. So yeah, those are great. And I have just about 10 minutes left. So if anybody has any other requests, okay, Hermes Prune Noir from Fido, yeah, Hermes Prune Noir. So let's see here. Where can we put this? We'll put this one here and let's go vertically here. And here's Hermes Prune Noir, one of the best lipstick shades. Absolute favorite of mine. And getting like lipstick on all my drawers from all these swatches. But let's start off with classic shade. This is Sugar Glider from Tom Ford, just so we can see the nuance in colors and how much purple there actually is in there. You can see that Sugar Glider is going to be a little bit more nude. I still wish that they would bring this shade back permanently. I think it is amazing. But other shades that are kind of similar to Prune Noir, it's a really tough thing to find. I got this drawer jammed again. Let's see here. I think one second. I think the new Lancome Balm, which I moved it just now to, here we go. Let's take a look at the Lancome Balms. And this one here is going to be the shade. This one's the mahogany mauve shade. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So you can see this one's going to be a little bit more, a little gray in there, a little more brown. And it's not quite as purple, but I think that's kind of a good color comparison. This is going to be too pink, but let's go ahead and just put it over here as well. So that one there is going to be shade 47. It's the Mauve Tivation from Lancome. So I think those shades there are kind of comparable. I'd say this one is closer to Prune Noir, but it still just doesn't have the right hue to it. And then I just had this a second ago. It's from, where is it? It's an old Cle de Peau shade that I'm not sure if they still have it or not. I must have moved it when I was unjamming the drawer. There it is. This is, I think you can still find this on their website. It's the Refined Lip Luminizer and number 2, Lavender. It's a little bit lighter and more pink, but you can see it's a nice shade as well. I think that's, honestly, there's not anything exactly like Prune Noir. Unfortunately, that is just kind of the best shade. But let's see here. Anybody have any suggestions? Colorful Nude. I don't have Colorful Nude from DVN. And I just swatched all of my DVN lipsticks in a video last week. So if you want to see any, those are all of the ones that I have there. And Red Vanda. I do have that one. It's going to take me a second to find that. The Le Rouge Duo Ultra 10Us from Chanel's, those definitely last the best. They are, definitely mask proof and everything. They're just personally not my favorite because they dry my lips out. And wait, let me look for the Givenchy. What was the holiday case last year? Does anybody remember? It was the red Vanda. That was the gold. So it's not that one. Was it this case from Guerlain last year for the red Vanda? Or wait, was that? That was a different case. Hold on. I remember that. But where is it? It's one of these beautiful red velvets. Which should have somewhere. Here it is. So it's number 770 velvet is what I have in this case. So this must be the red Vanda shade. I'll have to look for the 777. Sorry, I'm afraid of breaking this one. But you can see that's a really great red. Let me put this actually near these are the Givenchy Deep Velvet in 36 and 37. You can see it's closer to 36, but more pink. And so it was a satin, was it? Or let's see here. Hold on. Let me go back to that comment. The red Vanda collection. Oh, mahogany mauve reminds me of Metropolitan. I will look at that one in a second. And then the red tulip, was that a satin one? Or is that the only shade from red Vanda? Let me know if I'm missing one. Which one is red rose in the new one? Like I don't think I have red rose. Do I? Let's see here. Unless that's the one I put in the case. No, I don't think so. So let me know if I'm which one red rose is in the new one, because I don't think I have that one. And then the Lisa Eldridge lip balms in the new shade. Let's see here. Let me find that one. And of course, last one here. Here it is. This is Metropolitan. And I'll put that right down here. You can see it definitely has a bit more gray in it. It's going to be closer here to the mahogany mauve from Lancome, but the mahogany mauve still has more purple and mauve to it. I really wish I could think of a good shade to match Prune Noir, but honestly, I don't have anything quite like this. There just isn't really a shade like that. It needs to be permanent. Okay, so red tulip was a satin with the red Vanda release, and that was number 777. I'm not sure if I have that one. I might, but if I do, it's probably not in these cases. Unfortunately, that's not one that I see. If I have it, it's like been it's somewhere in this mess, but I don't see it right now. But I remember it was like that purpley berry shade, or oh, I'm actually thinking of that holiday shade that came out, which I do have in a holiday case. But let me see if that's similar. No, I only have this one, which is 918. I don't think this is the shade they're asking about, but this was holiday the same time, the same year. And this is number 918, and this is a satin though. And that's the shade I was thinking of, but I don't know if that's the same one. And I just put it in a different case. So that could be. And otherwise, I don't think I have it. And oh, the Bobby Brown sheer blackberry. Hold on. I actually have the Bobby Brown sheer blackberry. Let me think of where I put that one because as I mentioned several times that's right. I didn't get this sheer blackberry in that, I don't think. My room is a disaster. I'm still working on cleaning it. And I have the lip tints here. I will see if I can find the if I have that one. I'll see if I can find that one though. And if I have it, I'll swatch that on the community tab. I mean, honestly, the Dries Van Noten velvets are awesome. The Sisley mats are really awesome. And I also am enjoying the Prada hyper mats. So those are kind of all favorites of mine. Um, I think the Dries Van Noten might have surpassed the Givenchy now. They're kind of like tied, but uh, I'd say one of those would be the second. And okay, so sheer blackberry was discontinued. All right, so then I guess I don't have that one. And then you know what? Let me check these Flight 70 shades because maybe there's one in here that would be similar to Prune Noir. I mean, this is Wishing Well. I think this is more brown. Yeah, definitely more brown, not enough of that berry in there. I'll put it right here too so you can see that. But still just not enough like pink and stuff in there. And okay, Rabanne lipstick, gloss, and balms. Okay, I have tried bits and pieces of them, and then I just bought some of their new releases. So I'll have something on those soon. I haven't tried the new releases yet. And then I forget what I had from Rabanne. I have the lavender balm sitting right around here somewhere, but I do like their tinted balm there. And I have to try the lipsticks again. And up, and here comes Sadie. Hi, Sadie. So she's been napping. So she just came in and she's crawling under the desk right now. So, Sadie, did you want to come in and say hello? Come here. I don't want to get makeup on you. There we go. Here, Sadie. Put you on the chair. No? Okay. So I don't want to get lipstick all over her, so I'm going to put her down. But yeah, so that's it. Unfortunately, I do have to go because my kids are in camp this week, but only for a few days, for a few hours. So I have to go pick them up already. They are in the most awesome baking camp, though. It is so cool. They're making everything from scratch. They've made like cookies and muffins and scones and cinnamon rolls yesterday, sweetbread today. They're doing cakes and cake decorating. And this is all from like a professional baker. So I just think it's like the coolest camp. If you guys want to do a similar stream of eyeshadow swatches, let me know. Yeah, or any other requests. If you guys like doing lives, let me know. If not, I'm cool either way. It's just this week with the camp schedule, filming has been really challenging. So I thought a live would be easier. And then I could get through any requests more easily. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys later. And please hit like on the feed. So, yeah, definitely just down in the comments or somewhere, just let me know if you have any other requests for any particular lives or anything in the future. So I'll see you again very soon. I hope you guys all have a great day. And thank you so much for coming. Bye.